Hello Leo, this is going to be your December 2019 monthly tarot reading, and we're going to get just the energies of what you might be experiencing throughout December. Also, I really want to thank everybody who's been waiting for these readings, as I was definitely set back by Mercury retrograde, and it definitely affected a lot of areas in my life. So thank you all for honoring my time, and for all of you that were experiencing that same thing, I am definitely there with you. Okay, you've got a bunch of cards popping out right off the bat here, Leo. So let's get these faced up here. You have Hermit, Queen of Cups, and Nine of Coins. Yay, I'm digging that for you. Oh, that one wanted to come out too, so let's just take it. Ah, and you have a Tower right at the end. Very, very good, Leo. Lots of changes happening in December for you. So let's see what this has. Let's break it down a little bit. Now, first off, you have the Hermit card. And the Hermit is always going to suggest that whatever you're seeking, you already know. And sometimes that's a pretty big pill to swallow, because we're like, what? I don't know. You know, can be very frustrating. However, if you do some inner seeking and some meditation and looking for spirit advice and whatever it is that you believe in for higher guidance, you're going to find that within yourself you have the answers because of the wisdom and the experience that you've accumulated up to this point, because this is a 9 here. So really important to recognize that as you're coming through cycles and closing up things, because 9s usually signify that there's a closing up happening, you're going to be moving forward with new wisdom and experience, and you're able to find that kind of information within yourself, honoring that you have the answers within. Okay, so that's the first thing that we have popping up. We also have the Queen of Cups, and that is the feminine energy surrounding your emotions and the way you feel about things. The Queen of Cups is going to take her emotions and she's going to nurture them, she's going to honor them, and she is definitely going to share what she feels, okay? Whereas the King of Cups is going to take emotion from the depths and bring it to the surface. She is going to be nurturing that depth, creating more emotions and sharing those emotions within her kingdom, really expressing emotion, okay? Not necessarily the action around emotion, but more of the subtle nurturing, okay? And recognizing what's in the cup. What is your emotions, Leo? And how are you filtering it? What lens are you filtering your emotions through? Because this is suggesting that you filter your emotions through the Queen of Cups type of lens, where it's, you know, really nurturing how you feel, knowing what's in your cup and moving forward with that. And you may find some of that information within when you do some deep seeking throughout December. Now you have another 9 coming up here, and this is the 9 of Coins. The 9 of Coins can signify that you are really wrapping up some sort of, you know, opportunity that you had once started that brought a lot of stability for you. However, sometimes this 9 can also suggest that you're very comfortable with where you're at and there is no movement. And for some of you, it's saying, hey, you need to get moving because you're getting too comfortable. You know, this could be the gilded cage where you're like, well, I have everything I need and I could, you know, do this a little bit longer before I make a change. And it's saying, no, you're right at the end here. You're right before 10. So you're recognizing the ending. Why stay? Why stay where you are put? So that's that wisdom and experience of knowing that you can move forward and create more stability and new things. And that's going to come through even with this Tower, suggesting that, you know, whatever it is that you are seeking and finding is going to definitely break the bank, okay? Break the Tower apart, open it up, and allow you to really get into some deeper, you know, emotions and wisdom and rebuilding. Really rebuilding the life that you're really looking for, Leo. Because with this Tower bursting open, it's saying, hey, whatever you're doing here with these 9s, it is, you know, flooding over and lapping over into the next cycle, and the next cycle cannot sustain in this Tower. It has to be a totally new Tower. So for some of you, that's going to be where your job ends or your lease ends and it's non-renewable. You know, stuff like that where you can't really go backwards. You have to move forward and do something different. It's a divine intervention. So let's get an advice card for you for December from the Oracle deck and see if we can get just a little bit more information. And then I will do some clarifying cards for these 4 tarot cards. So we'll get one of these cards right here, get the advice for you. Also, a heads up for everybody watching, I will not be doing 36 readings a month anymore for free, as it is definitely not realistic to what my schedule and my priorities are and where I need to put my time. So I will probably be doing only monthlies unless I find extra time to add some more. But as I get more clients and clientele and paying customers, I'm definitely needing to put that energy there because of course I'm, you know, also running a business here. So you have moving on. What an awesome validation of this 9 and the towers. The 2 9s and the towers, right before that there's this walk away, okay? So this is the 8 of Cups, and that's recognizing that what you are facing now no longer really serves you. So in December you're going to be doing something where you're just kind of moving on to something better, a better tower, okay? Something more stable. Really using the wisdom and the experience that you've gained up to this point to move on and have the strength. So, you know, the moving on also requires us to have that emotional strength, you know, to be able to let go of some things and definitely move forward with your life in whichever direction that looks like for you, Leo. That can be so many different things. That could be, you know, the way that we live our life. You could start dieting, moving on from, you know, bad toxic habits, or you could be moving on from, you know, a relationship. You could be moving on from a job. You could be moving, you know, for some of you Leos. So something is going to change where you aren't able to sustain what you're doing anymore and you're being forced to kind of move on. But having the emotional strength will make it to where you're not being, you know, tormented by the change. Recognizing that change has to happen. So we also have a full moon coming up on December 12th. And since I won't be able to really do full moon readings anymore, I am going to get a moon card for the full moon. So you're going to get kind of a 2-week heads up here of what's going on around the full moon for you, Leo. I'm going to get 1 card of advice for you for the full moon. And then I will do some clarifying cards for the remaining cards on the table. So what's the full moon going to be like for Leo? What does Leo need to know? December's full moon, December 12th. It's going to be a big completion, I think, for a lot of people, as the tower has been showing up in other readings, and we're getting a lot of aces. So, you know, validation of a lot of things wrapping up for a lot of people. All right, a time for healing. So definitely around the full moon, as we get heightened emotions, sometimes, especially with holiday season coming here and forward, a lot of our inclinations can be to recognize where we need healing, okay? Healing is going to be essential for you to be able to move forward, and definitely with the tower moment, so much things are changing that sometimes it takes a moment for us to do some self-care and recognize where we can heal those parts in us that, you know, maybe need to be healed up and just in a better mental space. You know, the emotional strength that it's going to take for you to move on is the same emotional strength that it takes to heal yourself. So that's pretty powerful for some of you Leos out there. Take the time in December to heal. Now let's get some clarifying cards for these 4 in front of us. Let's see if we can get just a little bit more detail into what's going on with you, Leo. What kind of ending is going on? And I love that it says to nurture your emotions, because that definitely is where you're going to need that moving on and time for healing, nurturing the emotions. That really all goes together. And that stability You know, making sure that you're not just standing in one spot with that 9 of coins. All right, yes, 6 of swords. Very awesome. You've got 10 of wands, 5 of wands, and yes, 8 of cups again. So let's look here. This is very cool. You have this Hermit coming up with the 6 of swords. And when we get the 6 of swords, it's taking and choosing to move forward with our truth. Move forward with the things that we know, the things we've learned, the ideas, the communication, all of the truths that we've gained up to this point. It's moving forward away from rough waters, moving to a new horizon. So somewhere within this inner seeking, you're going to realize that you can definitely do this walk away, this moving on, because this and this are the same thing. They're both moving away from something that no longer serves them because the rough waters and the emotional pains and some certain things have brought about new truths. And the new truths don't really work in the environment that this person is currently at. So they're going to move away. They're moving on. Okay? Very powerful. Lovely validations there. You also have the 10 of wands, which means a burden is done. Something is done. So honoring the emotions of something that has ended. Definitely nurturing the emotions. Not shoving them down and pretending like they don't exist. No. The feminine side of this queen of, or this kingdom of cups would never shove down emotions, okay? Because any emotions shoved down are just brought right back up by the king anyway. It's that balance, okay? But it just makes it easier if she holds and honors her emotions. And it's suggested for you to do that, Leo, for you to honor and recognize what emotions and feelings are happening around some sort of ending that was very passionate for you. So something ends. Now that could be a job, a relationship, a friendship, you know, that could be a creative endeavor. Something though that you were very passionate about has ended, and maybe that's why you're moving on. There's something that's pushing you along because there's just really nothing left. Now with this gilded cage of not wanting to budge, it looks like you may be forced to budge around your beliefs. There may be some healthy banter that happens, maybe an argument, something that where you kind of stand your ground because you're so passionate about it. But it may be where you're allowing yourself to be trapped. So make sure that you're not standing your ground on a belief that doesn't really go along with the progress, the growth that you're looking for. You know, there may be some banter because there's heightened emotions in December, but making sure that you're not fighting to stay caged. You know, you don't want to, you know, I'm sitting in a cage and I'm fed and I'm bathed and I have everything I need in this cage, so I'm good. Well, yeah, that doesn't really sound right though. So make sure you're not fighting to stay in a cage. Make sure that you're fighting for what you're passionate for and you're moving forward, because the moving on is the biggest advice for December. And that is repeated over here in this card. All right? It's almost like the Tower is saying you're going to be forced to move on. But it's not the move on that is being highlighted here. It's the emotional strength that it takes to walk away. It's the emotional strength that it takes to recognize this isn't working. This tower has broken. I can't fix this. So I must start new. I must walk away and leave the materials, the pain, the things that are no longer serving me. A lot of time that's, toxic feelings, and you're going to leave them because they're just not working. And the tower's already broke. So what can you do? You're going to use your intuition here with this moon and move forward. So especially with the moon coming out right below this moon card of the balsamic moon, that is the time for healing. That is the time where there's some light to see. There's hope. So definitely keep that in mind as you're moving forward throughout December, Leo, because looks like there's a huge chance that you are going to get to walk away from something that's just no longer serving you. You've recognized it, you've prepared for it, you're standing your ground on it, and you're going to be able to heal from something as you move forward and grow. So very awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please, please, please subscribe, like, share this. You know, let me know in comments what you thought of this and how it goes for you. And I also still have that tarot giveaway going on. So if you want to watch till the end of this video, I'll have a little video pop up here. And I still need about 100 people to sign up on my website. So that's quite a bit, and I really want to give this tarot card deck away. So please sign up for it, and hopefully you'll win. Also, I will be posting kind of a little goodie treat for everybody for the holidays towards the end of the year that will have something to do with the entire 2020 year for y'all. So stay tuned, and thanks again. We'll see you next time.